Hi, we are the Undecided and we have been hired by Tracktown USA. Newell's models of constraints includes 3 different constraints: individual, task, and environment constraints. Constraints either encourage or restrict certain movements. These constraints help companies to improve athletes' abilities. Tracktown USA is a company located in Eugene, Oregon that hosts events for runners of all levels. They have hired us, the Undecided, to help work with their athletes and improve their reaction time and lap time. We assess the constraints hindering each athlete and create a well-rounded workout that will help each sprinter run to their full potential. As coaches, we may not only assess and improve, but we also motivate and inspire. We individualize each method of training and coaching to adapt to each athlete. Here's an example of a task constraint. This athlete is currently wearing no shoes while running, which hinders his performance. Wearing the appropriate shoes for the level of running is important in order to get the best traction, increase lap time, and promote safety. Another task constraint is the athlete's goal. Athletes' goals vary from running sprints to running an ultramarathon. Depending on which level of running, the athlete needs to alter their training and target muscles that will improve their speed. Here's an example of an environmental constraint. The weather greatly affects a runner's performance. The best weather would be during daylight and in the morning or evening when it is not so hot outside. Another example of an environmental constraint is the surface that is being run on. The ground is important when determining the type of shoes needed. Someone running on grass and cleats may have a higher performance than someone running on grass and tennis shoes.
Individual constraints can be split into 2 categories: structural and functional. Structural refers to body builds such as height or body mass. One example of a structural individual constraint relevant to track is height. Most elite track athletes have long limbs and a lean body mass. For instance, a runner with longer legs is more likely to beat a runner of shorter stout with shorter legs. This isn't to say that shorter people cannot compete on an elite level. It just means that they'll have to train harder. The other category of individual constraints is functional. Functional is related to behavioral functions such as attention and motivation. An example of a functional individual constraint is attitude. For the most part, attitude is important in younger athletes. For example, if you have an athlete whose parents are essentially forcing them to compete in a particular sport, odds are they will not perform to the best of their ability. On the other hand, a young athlete who is excited about competing and who cares about winning or losing is more likely to perform better than the aforementioned child.
By using task, environmental, and individual constraints, we will assess each athlete's goal and make sure that they are optimizing their performance. Because of this, we, the Undecided, believe that we are the best team to improve the reaction time and lap time of the runners involved with Tracktown USA.